सारे कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम्स के नाम हमारे शोज के हिसाब से होते हैं. तो there are each room. So there is a room called Monica, oh my darling. There's there's a room called Sacred Games. There's
वाह.
a room called Delhi Crime. And when I had joined, there was a room called Elite. This was our old office. We have to adapt it,
Yeah.
and we know that India ko adaptations, big successful famous formats adapted बहुत पसंद है.
How many rooms are there in Netflix office? And कितने और बनाने हैं?
नहीं, ऑफिस तो बना हुआ है अब. रूम्स बने हुए. रूम्स के अब बातें ये हो रही है कि रूम्स को रीनेम करना चाहिए, इतने
हाँ.
सारे शोज. दैट हमारा हर रोज मूड अलग होता है.
Yeah.
कभी कुछ लाइट वॉच करने का मन करता है तो मिसमैच देख लिया.
हाँ.
कभी कुछ इंटेंस वॉच करने का मन किया तो कैट देख लिया. कुछ थ्रिलिंग देखना है तो बिहार ये खाकी देख लिया. फिर खाकी वाज ट्रेंडिंग इन 14 countries. It was so well received, and everybody loved it. I think Wednesday has been one of our biggest successes ever. And Stranger Things, ऐसे मुझे लगता है कभी-कभी the list will just sort of go on. You can watch Netflix every night and not be tired, so every night should be a Netflix night.
Should be a Netflix night, and जैसे कहते हैं Netflix and chill. Hi Tanya, how are you?
I'm good, Tinakshi. How are you?
I'm doing great, absolutely fine. And मुझे लग रहा है कि अब मुझे और भी ज्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है क्योंकि मैं आपसे फाइनली बात कर रही हूँ.
How sweet. Are you ready for class?
I
Quiz
am.
and session tomorrow. So, are you ready for that?
I am definitely ready for that. And those of you guys who don't know who Tanya is, let me just introduce her. She is the series head of Netflix India. And आज सीरीज हेड हमारे साथ है तो नेटफ्लिक्स के ऊपर बहुत सारी बातें करने वाले हैं. नेटफ्लिक्स के कंटेंट के ऊपर बातें करेंगे और क्लास के ऊपर जरूर बात करेंगे. लेकिन उन सबसे पहले मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ 2022 लाइक द लास्ट ईयर नेटफ्लिक्स के लिए ओवरऑल कैसा रहा?
आई थिंक इससे बढ़िया सवाल शुरुआत के लिए हो नहीं सकता था. 2022 was the year जब हमने सोचा that we've been working behind the scenes for 2 years,
Yeah.
and from now we will open the floodgates, and I think you'll agree कि वो floodgates खुल गए हैं. We are launching so many exciting titles every month, films, series, non-fiction, licensed titles. We had a smashing January of 2022 with Ye Kali Kali Aankhein and Kapil Sharma special.
Yeah.
And high points like so many loved returning seasons, like She season 2, Delhi Crime,
Yeah.
Mismatched, Bollywood Vibes. We had the documentary series of Indian Predator. We had RRR, Gangubai. We had Thar. We had so many exciting films. We had Darlings,
Yeah.
Monica, oh my darling. It's been a year to remember. The last thing that we launched was Cat, and then this year started
Yeah.
similar bang पे. Trial by Fire thankfully was बहुत लव मिला, बहुत अप्रिसिएशन मिला, और बहुत अच्छी बात है कि सिर्फ इंडिया में नहीं, लेकिन जो नेटफ्लिक्स कर सकती है अपने कंटेंट के लिए पूरे देश भर में, पूरी दुनिया भर में एक्चुअली बहुत सारा प्यार दुलार मिला. सो एंड पीपल आर स्टिल वाचिंग every single day. People are still sending the love in the reactions. There
Yeah.
are posts. It's been a lovely ride, and I will say we're just getting started.
That's true. Oh, good to know that. Very excited now, especially now.
Yeah.
तो
It's been
2022 में बहुत डार्लिंग्स के साथ आपका बहुत हो रहा. दो टाइटल्स आपके डार्लिंग्स के ऊपर ही आ गए थे एंड काफी अच्छे अच्छे टाइटल्स निकाले एज यू ऑलरेडी सेड. एंड वी हैव रिव्यूड ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ऑफ देम. एंड ये चीज मैं बहुत ही क्लियरली बोलती हूँ कि उसमें से मोस्ट ऑफ देम वर लाइक ऑन टॉप ऑफ माई लिस्ट फॉर 2022. And I'm not just saying this, and I'm not just saying this because I'm interviewing you or something, but I'm just saying this because I actually reviewed them all.
all I'm going to say is we are happy to be the darlings of streaming.
Nice. Nice one, huh? So this also reminded me of Class. एलीट.
Yes.
एक ऐसा शो जो स्पेनिश शो रहा, सुपर हिट शो रहा, सीजन्स पे सीजन्स आए, लोगों ने पसंद किए, उसका एक इंडियन अडेप्टेशन निकालना वाज अ ह्यूज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. सो आई वुड रियली लाइक टू नो कि ये आइडिया आया कहाँ से कि ये करना है.
It's a good one. It's a anecdote. I don't know if if you don't like it, don't keep it in your interview. But हमारे ऑफिस में ना सारे कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम्स के नाम हमारे शोज के हिसाब से होते हैं. तो there are each room. So there is a room called Monica, oh my darling. There's there's a room called Sacred Games. There's
Wow.
a room called Delhi Crime. There's a room called Mismatched. There's a room called Bollywood Wives. And when I had joined, there was a room called Elite. This was our old office.
Okay.
And I तब तब एलिटे का आई थिंक फर्स्ट सीजन आया था अराउंड 2019 और समथिंग
Hmm.
लिटिल बिफोर दैट.
Yeah.
तो आई वाज वेरी क्यूरियस कि ये कौन सा शो है, मैंने देखा नहीं है. एंड वी सॉ द ट्रेलर ऑफ दैट शो एंड इट वाज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक सेइंग दैट okay, they may be speaking in a different language, but this
Yeah.
is an Indian story,
Yeah.
and we have to adapt it.
Yeah.
And we know that India ko adaptations, big successful फेमस फॉर्मेट्स अडेप्टेड बहुत पसंद है. टेलीविजन पे देख लीजिए, अगर 15 साल से 16 साल से चल रहे हैं
Hmm.
अडेप्टेशंस ऑफ बिग बिग ग्लोबल फॉर्मेट. So we thought, Netflix has access to the best content from across the world. The
Yeah.
best creators are making really like the most premium content every corner of the world. What if we take this story, which is a Netflix original, and actually make a version of that for India? क्योंकि
Yeah.
जो इसकी थीम है, क्लास डिवाइड की थीम, वो हम सब के इर्द गिर्द सब जगह है.
Hmm.
हम सब देखा है कि जब दोनों साइड्स ऑफ द ट्रैक्स एक बार क्रॉस करते हैं तो उसमें कितना पोटेंशियल है ड्रामा के लिए.
Hmm.
एंड दिस वाज जस्ट दैट एक्चुअली. दिस
Yeah.
वाज जस्ट seeing two sides of the tracks, two different worlds, both striving for their own identities,
Hmm.
coming together and colliding, in the environment of Delhi, in
Yeah.
a school. And the story is exciting, the
Yeah.
characters are even more exciting. And the thing I think that we worked really consciously is that we are not recreating Elite,
Hmm.
we are adapting the story of a very successful show of
Yeah.
Netflix into the Indian context. So
Yeah.
you will see, in fact, जो format owners हैं, उन्होंने जब देखा था हमारा version, so they said it feels like such a familiar story
Yeah.
but told so differently. So it was a very big compliment. We were very overwhelmed that they liked what we had
Hmm.
created, because they are big shoes to fill. So we were very conscious of that. But they liked it. A lot of people who've seen it are touchwood liking it. And it was a story that India just had to see.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But very curious to know now, how many rooms are there in Netflix office? And कितने
Oh,
सारे और बनाने हैं?
नहीं नहीं, ऑफिस तो बना हुआ है अब. रूम्स बने हुए. रूम्स की अब बातें ये हो रही है कि रूम्स को रीनेम करना चाहिए, इतने
हाँ,
सारे शोज हैं.
fair enough.
Yes, I'm sitting right now in a room called Guilty, which was one of our earlier films. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice and very, very innovative. Good one.
Thank you.
But how's the response been? कि जब से क्लास का ट्रेलर आया, then there was a bonus trailer, then song release हुआ, किस तरह का रिस्पॉन्स आया? बिकॉज मैं खुद, तो मेरी एक आदत है कि जब भी ऐसा कुछ रिलीज होता है, किसी का ट्रेलर, टीजर, कुछ भी, मैं खुद जाती हूँ कमेंट सेक्शन में पढ़ती हूँ.
हाँ.
वो मेकिंग माई ओन
तो
जजमेंट, मैं जाती हूँ कमेंट्स में और देखती हूँ लोग किस तरह के रिएक्शंस दे रहे हैं. एंड मैंने तो अच्छे
तो
रिएक्शन,
आपको अच्छे देखे ना.
मैंने अच्छे
मैंने भी अच्छे. मैं भी ये करती हूँ that one day after the trailer is released,
हाँ,
I read all the comments on
हम्म,
YouTube, Instagram, everywhere
हाँ,
basically, to just see कि क्या क्या बोल रहे हैं लोग. Of course, adaptations को लेके लोगों को लगता है कि क्या इंडिया जस्टिस कर पाएगा. I feel it's a fair question. I
या
can't, but I hope the audience, will see the effort जो हमने लगाया. Oshim is a very successful and a very passionate filmmaker.
या
He has really brought his best to this one. We've shot it with a certain, visual edge and appeal.
या
Characters ऐसे लगेंगे कि अरे ये तो हम जानते हैं इन लोगों को, लेकिन वर्ल्ड ऐसे लगेगा कि क्या, we've seen the rich, but have we seen the rich like this?
या
Or altogether, it's a first of its kind young adult show which we've tried to create, and I think reactions तो काफी strong हैं, काफी positive. I'm very very hopeful.
हाँ, लोग कह रहे हैं कि इंडियन टीन ड्रामा का बहुत टाइम से वेट हो रहा था एंड फाइनली इट्स हियर. सो लोगों की एक्सपेक्टेशंस तो काफी ज्यादा रही हैं. बाकी म्यूजिक का मैं डेफिनेटली यहाँ पे मेंशन करना चाहती हूँ बिकॉज आई
हाँ.
एब्सोल्युटली लव्ड इट.
Yes.
There's no
We'll
denying.
release the album also on, on Spotify. You will love the music. हमने बहुत काम किया है म्यूजिक पे. इनफैक्ट हमारी खुद की जो टीम है, नेटफ्लिक्स की टीम, they
Hmm.
have been like involved in really making sure that the music is at par with the Spanish show's music, but in an Indian way.
Yeah,
Because Spanish original का म्यूजिक भी काफी काफी इंटरेस्टिंग है,
yeah,
लेकिन इन म्यूजिक कॉन्टेक्स्ट के हिसाब से वी रियली इनोवेटेड. बहुत सारे ट्रैक्स हैं, बहुत एक्साइटिंग है. एंड ओवरऑल हम चाहते थे कि इस शो से द वे इट इज शॉट, द वे इट इज कास्ट विद fresh young talent, the kind of music, the originals that we have composed, एक first of its kind, teen drama बोल दो, young adult drama बोल दो.
yeah,
But we wanted to really move into this genre as the first movers, which I think, hopefully the audiences will enjoy,
yeah.
because a show like this with this kind of scope and scale hasn't happened in a very long time.
That's very true. Very true. And that's why maybe the hopes are high.
Yes,
This is also.
ours also.
Yeah. So what is the role of Netflix in bringing new talent, new voices, young talent in their content now? Because as you already said, because last year was fab for Netflix, especially. बहुत सारे titles आए, बहुत सारी series, films, so much, like too much content there, right? So Abhi, what is the role of Netflix and what is its approach of bringing the new talent for the content?
See, you said it actually. With the amount of content we make, right?
Yeah,
We make scripted series, non-fiction series, docu-series, we make original films. That's a lot of content that our
yeah,
members, get. That's really the value that we offer to them.
yeah,
But that's also a lot of content to create. And our industry is, is growing, but it is also very busy. So
yeah,
we have to ensure that young voices, fresh voices are always brought out. So, if you look at the writing, the dialogue team of Elite, they're young writers, they're fairly new.
yeah,
The cast is all new.
yeah,
And I think that's why हमने सोचा कि जब हमने ये शो के बारे में अनाउंस किया था on the 3rd of Jan
yeah.
this year, we wanted to upfront the fact that these are young, fresh cast. They're young kids who are actually they're not kids. They're young talent who's yeah. They're young talent who are all sort of waiting to burst out into the scene. Like barring Gurfateh, I
Yeah.
don't think anybody else. And Anjali has done a little bit of work for us outside of us. But
Hmm.
other than that, everybody is really like this is their first project,
Yeah.
and they have delivered so well.
बाकी नेटफ्लिक्स का अभी करंट अप्रोच क्या है और लाइक इन द इमीडिएट फ्यूचर किस तरह का अप्रोच रहने वाला है? थ्रिलिंग कंटेंट ज्यादा फोकस में रहने वाला है या रियल लाइफ स्टोरीज या फिर अडेप्टेशंस? कोई ऐसा कुछ फॉर्मेट है या ऐसा कोई जॉनर है जो आप लोग अभी प्रायोरिटी पर रख रहे हो?
नेटफ्लिक्स के लिए क्या होता है ना, जैसे हम आपका भी एक्सपीरियंस होगा, मेरा भी होता है, व्हेन आई एम जस्ट वाचिंग दैट हमारा हर रोज मूड अलग होता है.
हाँ,
कभी कुछ लाइट वॉच करने का मन करता है तो मिसमैच देख लिया,
हाँ,
कभी कुछ इंटेंस वॉच करने का मन किया तो कैट देख लिया, कुछ थ्रिलिंग देखना है तो ये खाकी देख लिया. तो इट्स रियली every night is a different night, a different mood.
या,
And so for us also, diversity is really the way we look at हम कितने अलग अलग genres, कितने अलग अलग types of stories, backdrops,
या,
talent, creative voices, क्योंकि one creator's style is very different. Like the style of Abhishek Chaubey is very different from the style of say Karan Anshuman.
या,
But we are working with Karan Anshuman is making Rana for us,
हम्म,
and Chaubey ji is making soup,
या,
which is coming within the year. There's Hansal who's making scoop for us. So
या.
there is so much diversity, and that's the exciting part, that I think you can watch Netflix every night and not be tired. So every night should be a Netflix night.
Should be a Netflix night. And जैसे कहते हैं Netflix and chill. This is my Netflix and chill mood. That this is a very common thing. जो हर कोई आजकल common line जो हर कोई बोलता है एक दूसरे को. यार please यार just don't bore. This is my Netflix and chill moment. It's like that. अच्छा एक और चीज जानना चाहती हूँ स्पेशली यहाँ पे कि which has been the most like recently which has been the most ambitious series और मे बी फिल्म ऑफ नेटफ्लिक्स, या फिर कुछ ऐसा, कोई ऐसा प्रोजेक्ट अभी रिसेंटली आया जो आपको लगता है कि इस लेवल का उसे ट्रेमेंडस रिस्पॉन्स मिला जो आप लोगों ने भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था?
एक्चुअली हमारे लिए 2022 इतना ओवरवेलमिंग ईयर था, नॉट जस्ट फॉर इंडिया, आई वुड से
Yeah.
एवरीवेयर. तो लॉट्स ऑफ लव फॉर सो मेनी ऑफ आवर टाइटल्स. मिसमैच्ड was a rage. She season 3 performed really well.
Yeah.
Mismatched. So, people have gone to the extent of, which I don't advocate at all, have gone to like made tattoos of our dialogues on their body. So it has caught the zeitgeist in that way. फिर Khakee was trending in 14 countries. It was so well received, and everybody loved it. I think Wednesday has been one of our biggest successes ever. And Stranger Things, ऐसे मुझे लगता है कभी-कभी the list will just sort of go on.
Yeah.
Uh, it's been thankfully, lots of gratitude and lots of love from the members that we've had a great year.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No
And
doubt.
actually, the love that we've got for Trial by Fire, I think I talked about that. It's coming from all corners of the world.
Yeah.
Just this morning, journalist from a French newspaper
Hmm.
has written about the Le Monde.
Wow.
They've written about it in France. They've written about it in Japan. They've written about it in the US.
Yeah.
So it's of course, and all of India has shown such tremendous love for
Yeah.
such a important story that it's overwhelming. So
Yeah.
अच्छा सा, I can't say any one thing, but all of it has been good.
Yeah. And I think Trial by Fire, especially, is a very well made series. No doubt in that.
Thank
Absolutely.
you so much. Yes.
So right now there are so many OTT platforms, and you also know, like, there are so many, जो कितनों के शायद हमें नाम भी नहीं पता होंगे इस टाइम पर, कितने सारे हैं. एंड हर कोई कंटेंट रिलीज कर रहा है. हर दूसरे दिन कोई न्यू सीरीज, कोई न्यू फिल्म, कुछ ना कुछ आ रहा है हम सबके लिए देखने के लिए. बट हाउ इज नेटफ्लिक्स एग्जैक्टली कोपिंग अप विद एवरीथिंग, विद ऑल द OTT platforms, to be just the best in the space currently?
See, I think it's a great time for content and content
Yeah.
makers. So I feel a country where, we had only TV and films,
Hmm.
I think सबके पास एक avenue है, which is a great thing to celebrate. And
Yeah.
I think all the content creators are really enjoying कि वो अपनी story कहीं ना कहीं तो बोल सकते हैं. So
Hmm.
I feel that it's a great thing. I think the scope of this industry will grow. I think our creators have had these treasures of stories just saved up, which
Yeah.
now are coming out everywhere. um I think where we perform in a slightly premium category, I think.
Yeah.
uh and our endeavor is to entertain our members, night after night, like I was telling you earlier, with series, films, documentaries, licensed titles, and of course international content, which I think is
Yeah.
something that everyone also enjoys. So yeah, so it's local plus an international offering is really what we bring to the table.
Okay. Now coming back to 2023, which is the highlight right now. So
Yes.
2023 में is there a particular number जो सीरीज आने ही वाली है नेटफ्लिक्स इंडिया पर?
Oh, it's difficult to keep count. But lots of
Yeah.
very, very exciting ones. I think एक तो class आ रहा है कल. We are very excited about that. We have Guns and Gulabs with Rajan DK. We have Rana Naidu.
Yeah.
We have Scoop with Hansal Mehta. We have our first ever dating reality show in real love, IRL.
Yeah.
We have more doc series coming. We have the list is endless.
Oh, I was
We have
expecting
so
this. I was
huh?
expecting this.
No, the list is endless because there are so many films also. I think there's Devotion. There are so many
Yeah.
of them. I think it every night is a Netflix night will be needed.
Yeah. And the year has just started, as we all know.
Yes, absolutely. We've just started, the year's just started, and I think,
Yeah.
we're really confident about 2023.
Yeah.
I think very, very strong lineup with some of the best creators, both young as well as experienced voices, lots of exciting talent. And of course, we're looking forward to Mr. Bansali's shooting Hira Mandi for us. We're looking forward to talk a little bit more about that
Yeah.
soon. So yeah, lots of excitement.
Oh, now we are really and very happily looking forward to all of it because जितना content आता है उतना ज़्यादा मजा आता है and Netflix has really hasn't disappointed us yet. So and we are just really hoping कि आगे भी अच्छा अच्छा content आता रहे ताकि हमें मजा आए और एक दूसरे को recommend करते रहें क्योंकि ये तो चलता रहता है.
You'll have a lot to recommend.
Hello, looking forward to it. But thank you so much, Tanya, for chatting with us and taking out time from your busy schedule. I know you're very busy.
No, it was a wonderful, brief but lovely chat. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you so much. It was lovely chatting with you today.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.